Hi there, welcome to the video, and hello again to return viewers. This is the second of a number of short reviews I'm trying to get out the door before Christmas to kind of drip feed onto the site over the holiday period. Okay, the book I'm looking at in this review is this one, Going South by Colin Hogg. Now I found this as a recent arrival in a second-hand bookshop, Steadfast Books, over in the suburb of Addington here in Christchurch. I have vague memories of this book being reviewed positively in the media at the time. It is 10 years old, 2015 it was published. Now, it was written by Colin Hogg. Now, Colin Hogg is a well-known journalist. I think he specialised in the field of like music, entertainment, journalism, career in newspapers, and then he branched out into radio and television, becoming a producer of documentaries, television shows, and what have you. He also wrote a long-running column in the Women's Weekly magazine about life from the male perspective, which is very popular, but of course they had a change of editor and dropped him, which is something he didn't seem to like very much, going by the contents of this book. Now, what this book is about is it's a road trip. So basically, Colin, at a function at some point in 2014, 2015, one of Colin's lifelong friends, Gordon, lets slip that he has a terminal illness and he doesn't have long to live. So they hastily move up their plans to do a long talked about road trip around the lower half of New Zealand's South Island. I'll just try and find the map in the book. Here we go. So there we go. So that's their journey, the dark lines. So basically they fly from the North Island centres which they live in into the resort tourist town of Queenstown, drive south to the city of Invercargill, travel around the surrounding towns, then go up northeast to the city of Dunedin, then back west to Queenstown, where they fly out of again. And it's all takes place over about a week, so the book is divided into days, what happens at various days. But it's not just a simple travel log road trip like that. Colin Hogg kind of makes it a little extra, a little special. He kind of goes into his history, his family's history, his friend Gordon's history, his early career, Hogg and Gordon's careers in the newspaper business. We find out all the wacky, weird and wonderful life of a young journalist in the 1960s. They visit the Invercargill newspaper office where they both worked at one point, and so on. And Colin also drops in various columns and articles which he's either hasn't published elsewhere or has written and haven't found places for, but he kind of makes them fit into this journey. There's a particularly memorable one about his father, written as like in first person from his father's point of view, about all his trials and tribulations, being born in Scotland and the war, and moving to New Zealand, and how the family came to be here is in New Zealand. Other columns and items look at local history, local parts of the country as they get there. We learn about the locals, the weird and wonderful inhabitants of some of these very small and failing towns now, and we look at the industries that kept them alive, how the towns were settled, and the boom and bust times, the gold rushes, and the shipping booms, and that type of thing. So it's an entertaining read. I found myself racing through this when I read it last weekend. It's just it was very Moorish, if you like. You just want to keep reading it. Colin Hogg is a very entertaining writer. On the strength of this, just this morning I found a copy of his autobiography, which is produced a few years earlier than this. Almost bought it on the strength of this book, but I thought that a lot of the same ground was probably covered in this book, so maybe that's one for a future book haul perhaps. So anyway, so not much more to it than that I've described. It's the road trip, it's a couple of friends, what they get up to, the towns they go through, the history of these areas, the country, and life as it is now contrasted to as it was when these towns were settled and we had their boom times. So Going South, it's a bit melancholic. He's looking back with the traumatic news of his friend's impending death, but it doesn't make it sad all the way to time. It's humorous, drops in a lot of fun anecdotes and sayings, and it's a very what we'd call Kiwiana type thing. The good old history and Kiwi battlers still live on in the deep south of the country. So that is Going South, subtitled A Road Trip Through Life by Colin Hogg. Okay, we'll be back with another review shortly.